Hi everyone, it's Andy Gort here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 core tools that you need to implement in your property business when you start out. So I've been investing in property now for the past 7 years, and over that time, I've come up with this core set of tools that I think that you should really think about implementing as soon as possible. Because by doing this, you'll save yourself a lot of time, a lot of stress, and also one of these tools could actually protect your business in the future if something went drastically wrong. So I'm just going to share my screen and go through each of these tools individually. And the first tool that I wanted to go over, and this is the one I was just referring to, is cloud storage. Now, of course, this is anything like Dropbox, OneDrive and SharePoint, and of course, there's also Google Drive. And putting some form of cloud storage into your property business helps for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's a backup, it's protection. If you go and receive documents from your solicitor, if you've got deal analysis spreadsheets, if you've got deal packs for investors, if they just live on your laptop or your computer, if your laptop fails, if it's stolen, if there's a problem with your computer, and you lose all that information, that could be a real jeopardy to your business. So by implementing some form of just backup, it's so easy these days, it's not that expensive. Implementing some form of cloud storage will really protect you and your business. It also sets you up for growth and scaling. So if you want to start bringing staff on board, you may have a team, you may have virtual assistants. By bringing in some cloud storage, it's a lot easier for them to share documents with you, for you to share documents with them, and they won't get lost in communication tools like Slack or emails. So I would strongly advise from day zero that you put some form of cloud storage in place. The next tool is some form of address book or CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management. And this doesn't have to be complicated, but property is really a people business. Whether you're communicating with landlords, maybe estate agents, solicitors, your accountant, we're always engaging with other people as we work in our property business. So having one central store where you keep their phone number, email addresses, and any notes on conversations that you've had is really, really key. So personally, I use a CRM called Podio, but there are others out there. You could use Less Annoying CRM. There's also HubSpot as well. So there are a few of different how complicated they are, how much they cost. So choose the one that works for you. And something I would also advise in terms of how you use them is just to make a note of key points in any conversation that you have. So, for example, if you speak to a landlord and he mentions his wife, just note down the name of the wife. If you speak to an estate agent and the estate agent says, well, I'm about to go on holiday for 2 weeks to Barbados, then make a quick note. Because by building up this key bank of information, when you have future chats or communications with these people, it really helps to build rapport with them because you've got some interest and you've noted what's going on in their lives, which you can then bring up again when you speak to them in the future. So a really, really useful tip. So that's a CRM or address book. Next up, we've got some form of productivity suite, and all I mean by this is basically Google Docs or Microsoft Office. You need a word processor just to view documents that may come from your solicitor or the estate agent. You need some form of spreadsheet like Excel or Google Sheets just to go and do a bit of deal analysis on properties that you're finding. And then you may also want to create deal packs if you're going out and trying to find investments by using a presentation tool like PowerPoint. Then you can go and create some packs that you send out to your investors. So third up, I think this is probably the one that people will be most used to using just through jobs and school and other areas of life. So some form of productivity suite. The fourth one that I've got on my list is some form of finance app. And what I mean by this is sort of Xero or QuickBooks. When we first start up our businesses, although we may not have money coming in, we're still incurring costs. So whether it's just subsistence, buying the odd drink or bit of food, whether we are paying out for little bits of software, so for example, the cloud storage or the productivity suite, we are incurring costs. And we may not get income for 3, 6 months as our business starts to ramp up. And trust me, trying to retrospectively implement a finance app like Xero with sort of months and months of transactions can be incredibly painful. So I would strongly recommend that as early as possible you put the tool in place. Xero actually has a low-cost basic plan which you can't actually buy as an individual, but you can get it through a subscription through your accountant. So have a chat with your accountant and see if you can get it. It's about £10 a month. Because the other thing is that a lot of us, may not have had businesses before, and so looking at balance sheets, cash flow statements, profit and loss may be quite new. And so by putting in a finance tool up front, it'll also give you an opportunity to go and learn how to use it while there's not that much going on in it. So you can develop with it as it grows into your business. Personally, we use Xero, but there's also QuickBooks and a couple of others which I don't know that much about. So the fourth one is a finance app. And then last but by no means least, there's some form of task manager. And for you, task management may be really simple. It may be a piece of paper and a list of tasks. Other people go into more advanced things like tools such as Trello, Todoist, or Asana. My business, we use Asana. And again, like the finance app, if you want to scale, if you want to grow, you need to think about working with other people. And you can't do that through a piece of paper and a pen. So if you start to get used to these types of tools on your own, it makes it a lot easier for you to then bring other people on board and start sharing things with them because you already know how to use the tool. Whereas if you think, oh, I need to start sharing work with other people, and you have to learn a new tool at the same time, that may be quite a steep learning curve and something that's more challenging for you to implement rather than you starting off on your own. So as I said, we use Asana. I've got 4 virtual assistants and 2 property managers. We all use Asana. That's how we communicate. That's how we go and track our work. So yeah, I would strongly advise that you use some form of task manager. It also helps with things like prioritization, tracking, communication, sharing various bits of maybe documents as well. So a task manager can be incredibly powerful. So those are the 5 areas that I think you should strongly consider implementing in your property business. And if you do want to know more, then do go and check out my website. I do offer coaching and mentoring around property systemization, each of those tools. So check out my website, andygort.com. Also, you can subscribe to my newsletter. So every week I'm putting out a newsletter for free containing information on how to go and run your business, systemize your business. So do feel free to subscribe again at andygort.com. But other than that, I hope you found that useful. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Please do like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear if you would add any other tools onto this list. But other than that, thanks so much for watching and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Thanks.